St George's Guildhall in King's Lynn, Norfolk, is the UK's oldest working theatre. An archaeologist just uncovered a 600-year-old stage floor that William Shakespeare likely stood on. Let's dive into the incredible evidence tying Shakespeare, his actor Robert Armin, and Norfolk to the historic site. Built around 1410 in King's Lynn, Norfolk, St George's Guildhall is a medieval masterpiece. Originally a religious meeting space for the Guild of St George, it transformed into a major performance venue by the 1500s. This Norfolk landmark with its stunning timber architecture was a hub for travelling actors, making it a key stop in England's theatrical history. Its connection to Shakespeare puts Norfolk on the map for literary fans. In 2023, renovations revealed a remarkable find, a vast oak stage floor 6 inches thick laid between 1417 and 1430, confirmed by tree ring dating. This is the largest surviving 15th century timber floor in England, roughly the size of a tennis court. Dr. Jonathan Clark calls it a nationally significant discovery, and Tim Fitzhyam, the creative director, likens it to a theatrical time capsule. This floor was the stage for plays in the 1590s, perfectly preserved for us to connect with Shakespeare's era. Also in 2024, archaeologists uncovered a 600-year-old doorway, which is thought to have led to Shakespeare's dressing room. The evidence that Shakespeare visited King's Lynn is compelling. In 1592 to 1593, the plague forced London's theatres to close, sending acting troupes like the Earl of Pembroke's men, which included Shakespeare, on tour. King's Lynn Borough records explicitly document a payment to this troupe for performing at St George's Guildhall in 1593. These handwritten accounts are solid proof of their presence. Norfolk's role as a prosperous port made it a prime stop for travelling players, and the Guildhall was the ideal venue. There has been a long-held local tradition that Shakespeare played at the Guildhall in King's Lynn, with the oral tradition being passed on for generations of Lynn people. For example, in 1766, there was a pub next door to the Guildhall, now called Shakespeare House, that was named the Shakespeare Pub, and had a picture of Shakespeare on the front of it to reflect these links. Another clue is a 1602 book, The Warning for Fair Women, which recounts a play in Lynn where an audience member confessed to murder, a story some scholars link to the mousetrap scene in Hamlet. This suggests Shakespeare drew inspiration from his time in Norfolk, cementing the county's place in his story. Robert Armin, Shakespeare's brilliant comic actor, strengthens the Norfolk connection. Born in King's Lynn in 1568, a major port in this time, just a street away from the Guildhall, Armin joined Shakespeare's company and played iconic roles like the Fool in King Lear and Fest in Twelfth Night. His local roots likely drew Shakespeare's troupe to Lynn, and Armin's Norfolk upbringing shaped his witty, heartfelt performances. Finds like nutshells and oyster shells in the floor's gaps show how lively Lynn audiences would be cheering on actors like Armin. Armin also appeared on the cast list of contemporary playwright Ben Jonson's play The Alchemist, and is believed to have played a key role in the development of Shakespearean fools, and was both playwright and an author in his own right. Interestingly, Armin effectively replaced Will Kemp as the principal clown in William Shakespeare's acting company, the Lord Chamberlain's Men, around 1600. Will Kemp famously danced all the way from Stratford in East London to Norwich in Norfolk, which is about 40 miles from King's Lynn, and local legend tells that upon arriving in Norwich he leapt over the wall of the churchyard at St John Maddermarket Church to signal the end of his Morris dance from London. This is right next door to a current well-known Norwich theatre called the Maddermarket. Robert Greene, contemporary and well-known critic of Shakespeare, he of the upstart crow jibe, was also born and educated in Norwich, Norfolk. Norfolk's vibrant cultural scene clearly left its mark on Shakespeare's work. St George's Guildhall is the UK's oldest working theatre and the only theatre left that can credibly claim to have hosted William Shakespeare. This stage is the only surviving one linked to Shakespeare, making it a global treasure. St George's Guildhall is undergoing a £20 million restoration currently, and you can see the floor until the 31st of July 2025 with free daily guided tours. No booking needed.